Chapter 10. "Oh, my goddess," Anila said, staring at the cage. "It's Dargonius." I stepped closer to the pool. "How do you know?" "See the ring on the skeleton's finger?" she asked. I tried to see it, but was too far away. My eyesight was terrible, but I refused to wear glasses, and I couldn't stand the thought of touching my eyes, so contacts were out of the question. I tried to get closer, but Anila stopped me from stepping into the pool. "Don't touch the water. It may be a trap." "Why would Dargonius set a trap if he wanted to be unleashed?" I asked. "Think about it. Dargonius didn't put himself in that cage. Whoever did may have made it so no one can get to him. The water could be acidic." I pulled out my wallet and grabbed a card from a barber shop I used to go to. I'd had 9 haircuts, and the 10th would have been free. Each number was initialed by the barber. "Oh well," I said, dropping the card into the black water. It caught fire and disappeared a second later. "My queen," Commander Reese said, his expression worried under the yellow and blue paint. "Perhaps we should leave this dark place. Dargonius is dead, and therefore cannot do us any good." "You're half right, Commander." The reply didn't come from Anila, or any of us for that matter. It came from the cage. The skeleton still remained hunched against the glass, but a cyan-colored dust started to swirl above it. The dust formed a figure that looked like a man. "I was beginning to think you'd never arrive," the figure said. "You were expecting us, Dargonius?" Anila asked. She was clearly scared, but trying to hide it. "Eventually. As soon as I felt the island reappear, I knew my dark dream had been unleashed." "What is the dark dream?" she asked next. "My plague upon humanity. I was trapped here before I could put my dream into action, and hidden away from the rest of Dargo Island." "Who trapped you here?" "That foul wizard Rockney." "Why did he trap you?" I asked. "He found out what I had planned and wanted to stop me. But what he didn't know was that I am the only one who can stop it once it's unleashed, which I'm guessing is what happened." The figure smiled. "At least, I think he did." "How do you know this?" Anila asked. "The crystal is what got you in here, what made the island reappear. One of my servants managed to steal the crystal and flee to the chamber, awaiting the time he could release me. Unfortunately, he got trapped and died there. You couldn't have possibly gotten the crystal without entering my chamber. The birds were in there, were they not?" "They were," Anila confirmed. "Tell us how to defeat the plague." "Let me out." Anila sighed. "I don't think so." "Then I can't help you." "How is it you're still alive after all this time?" "I am a being of supreme magic. Rockney knew this when he imprisoned me. That's why he went through such great lengths to make sure no one found me." "You weren't that hard to find," I said. "Rockney wasn't as smart as he wanted people to believe." Dargonius laughed. "He didn't know the location of my chamber. Otherwise he would have destroyed my birds. Have they fled the island yet?" "They tried," I said. "Rockney's brothers stopped them."
"Nauki? That blasted creature!"
Dargonius was no longer in a good mood. "We've killed half of them already," Anila added. This made Dargonius even angrier. "Not before infecting some of your people," he said in a menacing voice. "That's true, but we have your scrolls. We will find a cure on our own." He laughed. The scrolls were instructions on building the birds. The plague wasn't created with ingredients found in my chamber. It was created from me, from my essence. The only way to cure it is with me. I will not release you, Anila said. You will change your mind once enough of your people die. How do you know what happened to your servant? I asked him, remembering the body we found in there. You said he died in the chamber. How could you possibly know that if you were trapped here? Dargonius looked at me and laughed. What are you, friend? You look human, but seem different. None of your business, friend. Wow, he was good. Could he sense I was a Gelfin? What's to stop you from carrying on with your dark dream once we released you? Anila asked Dargonius. He looked at her. Nothing. But I could spare the people of this island. I have no ill will toward your people. I only want revenge upon the people of the known world. Everyone who has wronged you has been dead for 100 years, she said. Their ancestors still live. Their way of life still exists. I won't unleash you so you can bring ruin upon the world. We'll find a way to cure our people. We have plenty of time. Once you realize how foolish you sound, he said, you know where to find me. What is your name, sweet darling? Anila. Are you the queen of this island? Yes. Then let it go down in history that Queen Anila allowed her people to die when the cure was within her grasp. Anila shook slightly, turned around, and left the room. Her soldiers followed. I was the last to leave, but before I closed the door, I turned back to Dargonius. I guess Rockney wasn't as bad as I thought he was, if he felt the need to trap you here. I sense a lot of him in you, Dargonius said. Why is that? I left without replying.